We couldn't bury him when we wanted to bury him because they said they had so many bodies at Charleston, West Virginia, from overdoses that they didn't know for sure when I would get the body. This is my wonderful, wonderful Josiah's thumbprint. And on the back, it says, "A touch of Josiah." I will wear it for as long as I live. That's all I have from him now is this. He was my beloved son. He was given fentanyl. He never had a chance. He never had a chance.
Opioid epidemic, as we often like to say, is the most challenging contemporary problem that we're facing. We do have per capita the highest overdose death rate in the nation. We have a West Virginian dying about every 10 hours round the clock because of this scourge. But one of the impacts that's happening is on the Chief Medical Examiner's office and the transports of bodies.
Yeah, we got 2 in there. So this is all I've ever done, and I'm satisfied doing it. It helps people. I'm James Lowry, and I am a funeral director and embalmer here in Charleston, West Virginia. I have a mortuary service, Charleston Mortuary Service, which is a company that we pick up and embalm and ship bodies all over the world. I've been in and around the embalming end and funeral end of the funeral industry for about 60 years. I can see that a lot of heroin overdoses, it has really in the last 5 years escalated. We used to always get a few, but in the last 5 years it's just gotten out of sight what we get through here on drugs. Whenever somebody dies of an overdose and they are going to bring them into the medical examiner's office for an autopsy, we pick the body up, bring it back to Charleston, and they perform the autopsy. Then the state, of course the state bears the financial burden on that, they pay for that. Then to return the body back to where it came in from, they pay for that also.
We have seen a tremendous increase in the cost for transportation of those bodies. So in overall terms, we've seen a doubling of the cost in the last couple of years. It was about $450,000 in 2015, and the costs for 2017 are projected to be close to $1 million. And that is also placing a significant burden and a strain on the resources that were already little to begin with.
One of the things the ME's office is faced with, they get a backlog on them, and sometimes it's been several weeks that they've held bodies down there before we could get them out and get them embalmed and back to the funeral home and family.
Our medical examiners make sure that the autopsy is done, and the bodies are released back to the family within 72 hours. The paperwork takes longer, and it's the paperwork that is important to the family. It's important to get your death certificate, but at the same time, there has been a strain on the ability to get as much work done quickly as possible. And we strive to get the 90% cases within 90 days, and we fluctuate. Sometimes we do a great job at it when we can, and other times it does exceed that. Unfortunately, the driver of that is the enormous burden of the opioid deaths that continues to happen every single hour, every single day of the year.
This is my beloved Josiah, and I call him beloved because he is to me. He just smiled, and that's his smile right there. That's the smile he always had. There's not a day goes by that my heart doesn't ache for him. It was terrible. They took his body, and they kept it. I didn't get the body back for 10 days, so we finally did get it. But everything was put off, and he had to stay in the funeral home some extra time. And then it took 3 months to get the toxicology report, and they said it was because they had so many bodies doing autopsies. Just that waiting, just that knowing that he was laying there. He was just laying there. I mean, and And the mortuary was so very nice. They let me go in and spend extra time with him, which most of the time you never get to do. But he said that we could go in and spend some extra time with him. I mean, you know, it's just the fact that they're laying out and you want to get them buried. I don't want him remembered because he made a wrong decision. He was upset. He was depressed. He tried to fix it, and it killed him. This is just not Huntington, West Virginia. This is all across the United States they're dying, and I just want something done about it. I want it stopped. And there's all kinds of mothers like myself that want it stopped and don't know what to do. So whatever it takes, I just want something done about it.